Welcome to the weather update for the 3rd of January 2022. And yeah, much colder today, and what a sunset. If you got a chance to see it, it was pretty amazing because we had that clear sky off to the west and the sun kind of poking up underneath it and reflecting across under the cloud base there. So it was pretty amazing, actually. So looking at the satellite, you can see clouds finally moving away. The snowstorm that hit New Jersey, the southern part of New Jersey in the mid-Atlantic, is moving away. And it was actually quite a storm for some areas. That some areas got hit very hard by it and actually caused a lot of power outages across part of Virginia. Really hard hit. Hardest hit is Virginia, 327,000 people without power, and some counties are in a complete, like Louisa, complete blackout in a lot of these counties. This is similar to what happened in California. It was a heavy, wet snow weighing down on the trees and really caused a lot of problems for the power grid. And this area of Virginia is a suburban D.C., actually. Suburban D.C. areas. No, well, not Fairfax impacted too by quite a bit, but well, it's a little more like exurbs. But this is a highly populated area that has been affected by all these power outages. And I want to get to the snowfall totals because depending on where you were in New Jersey, it really Ocean County around Toms River, just 2 inches there, right there, just 2 inches. But as you make your way further down, like Port Barnegat, you're up to 5.8. I don't know if I believe that 10-inch amount, but this is where the amounts really come up in Atlantic County, around Atlantic City, 13.2 in Little Egg Harbor, 12 inches in Egg Harbor City. This is Hamilton Township. And you can see this is where the amounts were around a foot. So quite a bit of snow. Even down in Wildwood, you have some 10-inch amounts. North Cape May. So yeah, that area really got hit hard. The coastal, this is where the banding really occurred, and this is where they got into that banding. You go inland, and the amounts already go down, like Buna, 4 inches. So they already go down. Philadelphia, really just a couple of inches. So it was that coastal area south of Toms River, southern Ocean County into Atlantic County. That really got hit hard there. Barnegat Township there, 10 inches. And this will actually show all the snowfall amounts for the whole storm. Let's look at some of that area in Virginia where they were hit hard with a lot of power outages. And yeah, look at that, 14 inches in some of these areas, 14 inches in Donavant, Virginia. Yeah, look at that. I even see a 20.5. Look at that, right around D.C. They were hit very hard, 10 inches. Washington, D.C. itself, 8.5 inches. So, yeah, this was a really major mid-Atlantic snowstorm that brushed coastal New Jersey. But for us, we got absolutely nothing, nada. And, in fact, once you got north of Lakewood, there really wasn't much accumulation, not much in Monmouth County either. Quite impressive, though quite impressive for further south of us. Right now, we're dealing with the cold, and we're in the mid-20s right now, and those north to northwest winds are gusting up to 35 miles an hour. We have at Islip 25 degrees, the dew point 8, north-northwest wind at 23, and our highs were obviously from midnight when we were in the 40s. Let's see if we look at our high. I'm not going to look at the highs, but we know we can go to a chronology here of what Islip was dealing with today. And you'll see if we go you can see how that temperature just drastically changed. Stop it. What was going on here? I do apologize. But you can see here how the temperature just changed drastically. You can see how the temperature just drastically changed from yesterday. It just dropped. So last night we're at midnight, 36. So we were 36 was the high, and then we were just mainly right around 30, 31 degrees all day today with northeast winds. And there was a little light snow, but it really barely amounted to anything. And that's what we're looking at Islip right now. So there you go. So that's what it looks like right now. We're down into the 20s, though. It is cold out there, and we are really dealing with it right now. So let's go take a look at the satellite view. Oh yeah, we already did that with the clouds. If we want to look at our storm, though, if we want to actually look at our storm, we're going to have to actually do a long loop on this so we can show you the actual storm offshore today. And there it is. It almost looks like it had an eye to it, so let's follow this. Wait for this to load here. Look at that. Wow, that is impressive. So there you go. What a storm. What a storm that turned out to be. Look at that. This is the visible infrared combo there. And you can actually see a little bit of an eye to it, which is pretty impressive. Let's look at this on the MODIS satellite as well. This is the MODIS satellite from today. And you can clearly see it almost looks like that had an eye to it. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. Almost looks like an eye right there. Wow. That is definitely impressive. Wow. That is quite impressive to see. And there you go. I guess these are clouds, but it'll be interesting tomorrow once we have the clear sky. You'll be able to see where the snow line is. You'll be able to see that. That'll show up very nicely in tomorrow's satellite for sure. But definitely a very impressive system. If we this map is from the Weather Service Mount Holly office. If we go to hours, we're not going to have anything. You can see the radar. There's the heavier bands now moving offshore. If we want to look at Ventu sky, we want to rewind this a little bit to show you what it looked like a little earlier. If we put the radar here, you'll see this is the snow offshore. You can see that heavy banding that occurred south of Toms River right there. That lasted into the afternoon, so you could see it. It was mainly late morning and early afternoon. You could see that heavy banding that affected Toms River right there. Well, no, it didn't affect Toms River. It was south of Toms River, but it's like if you went south of Toms River a couple of miles, you started getting to those heavier bands. And some of them kind of brushed the east end, but it never really reached the ground here. There was too much dry air involved, so we never really got into any really snowfall. I saw a couple of flakes this afternoon, and that was pretty much it. Nothing really else to talk about here. Let's just Google Virginia snowfall and see if we can get any news stories. So this is a major snowfall, 30,000 without power. It's a heavy, wet snow. If we look at the images here, you will see here. Well, it's not going to help us, but you can see here photos of the snowfall here. This is what some of the damage that they're dealing with: down trees, bad road conditions. So the power companies can't even get to these roads to address what's going on. But you can see here, looking at some of these images here. There you go, another down tree there. This is the same storm that affected the coastal area of New Jersey. So those are Jersey Shore areas. This is southern Ocean County. So there you go. Look at that. It's pretty with the snow, the pines. But that's what it looked like there. Some great shapes there in the snow. This is from southern Ocean County, so this is like Stafford Township area. There you go. Pretty. So there you go. Very nice winter wonderland there with the pines. And again, we missed out on this, but we're going to now look and see when our next chance for some snow is. We'll see what happens here. Let's go and take a look at the models next. So there's your snowstorm, mid-Atlantic snowstorm. Now moving offshore and away. High pressure builds in for tomorrow. And then we get into a return flow, which could bring us a chance of showers, rain showers on Wednesday. And right now, the GFS still indicating this storm that form develops Friday stays offshore. But we'll have to watch this late Thursday night, Friday morning system. Another high pressure builds in with cold air, and we get into a return flow again. And unfortunately, after that, it looks like we're in a pattern where you can see a really big cold blast for next week, but no coastal storm developing with that. And right now it just seems to suppress the coastal storms offshore. But if we look at the temperature anomaly forecast, you will see here that after this cool down here, we are below normal. Still a little bit below normal tomorrow. We go above normal Wednesday just for one day, then back to near normal on Thursday. And here comes this next cold plunge. For temperatures drop Friday into the weekend. Then we get another warm up ahead of that. Could be very warm ahead of that. And then another really cold outbreak for next week. Next Tuesday, we could be dealing with some frigid air in our area. So let's take a closer look at the models here as far as this coastal storm. Actually, I'm going to go to the eastern U.S. for view, and we're going to look at some of the various models with this next storm system. GFS suppresses it offshore, but not all the models agree on this. The Canadian does not. Here's the Canadian, and that develops a coastal storm offshore, giving us a snowfall Friday morning. All right, that is the Canadian model. All right, Icon model. This is the 0Z Icon model now we have. This is the latest one. And it also brushes us with a little light snow Friday morning, but that would be mainly a light snow event according to the Icon. Let's see if we got the NAM 12, the 0Z NAM 12 in. All right, so this is the 0Z NAM 12 closer. It's definitely closer. So I have to watch this trend here because I'm not going to write this storm off yet just because the GFS wants to suppress it offshore. This is really our best chance to finally get some snowfall on Long Island, and we'll have to see if it materializes or not. But this could definitely affect us with some snow, obviously. I'm not going to write this storm off yet, so for those of us who are disappointed that Long Island didn't see snow, we have another chance Friday, so we'll see if we can make it happen on Friday. But for the next couple of days, at least we're going to enjoy some sunshine. So let's just go to the GFS here. I just want to go to the GFS. And again, the GFS just wants to kind of keep this thing offshore. But again, I'm not going to write it off yet. I mean, we can't guess how much snow we would get. But there is a chance that we could get affected. But after that, we kind of miss out. Let's just look at the temperatures, the temperature trends. In the longer range, and then we'll get to the shorter range. So as you can see, the colder air coming into the picture here. So here's that colder air for Friday. It'll be with us on Saturday if we get that system. But then what happens on Sunday, we start warming up, and then we really could warm up big time a little bit early Monday before the next cold front comes through, and that'll bring in the frigid air. And that is some frigid air. So if we look at next Tuesday, a week from tomorrow, we may not make it out of the teens. That's how cold it could be. So let's take a look at the shorter range with the HRRR model as far as our temperatures go. We go to the 0Z for this. So this is the 0Z HRRR. So it's going to be a cold night tonight. Lows are going to get down probably into the teens. And if you get radiational cooling, it could be even colder than that in the areas that get it, like the Pine Barrens tomorrow. We're going to probably now, depending on where you are, obviously they have the snow cover further south, so this might be colder in southern New Jersey than it will be here. We'll probably see highs probably around 35 degrees, but down there it might be a little colder than that. Might struggle to reach freezing. One more day, and then we start seeing those temperatures warm up on Wednesday, where we could see near 50 degrees, unfortunately. But it's short-lived because after that, the cold air comes in. If we were to look at the ICON model, for instance, you could see there behind that cold air comes in on Thursday. We're down back in highs in the mid-30s. All right, I'm just using this because it's got a higher resolution. All right, and if we want to go further than that, then we could use the GFS, and you'll see Friday we're going to have that cold air come in again, where highs are only going to be probably in the low 30s. And then for Saturday, we're struggling to reach freezing again. But then we have that warm-up for Sunday night and the Monday, where it could reach the 50s with rain. And from the Monday morning, it might hit 50 before the cold air comes in and that frigid air comes in. So I'll have to look at that. Let's look at the dew point flow here. And I'll just use this. We go back to the HRRR. This is going to be a long weather update because we have a lot to talk about. So, you can see there's that north wind. Winds stay northerly, and you can see very dry air for tomorrow. Hopefully that means a nice clear sky. And you see the winds going from north to the west and then to the southwest later on. That's why tomorrow night won't be as cold, and then the warmer air comes in with southwest winds and an increase in dew points, but it's short-lived because you see the next cold front right there. So let's go back to the GFS. We'll look at the skies. Well, I usually like to use the RGM with the skies, so let me do that. Look at the skies. We don't have enough of the 0Z RGM in, so we'll have to use the 18Z for this. So here's the 18Z RGM, and you see the clouds cleared out tonight. And tomorrow we should have a mostly sunny day. There may be a little bit of cirrus. Looks like mainly over Jersey, but I think tomorrow we're going to finally see the sun again. You know, we need to see the sun. We're all sun deprived. It's been absolutely ridiculous. But the clouds will be back in the picture on Wednesday, and so will those chance of rain showers. For Thursday, we should have some more sunshine before the clouds roll in. And this would be the snowstorm that would roll in on Friday, according to the RGM. We'll have to see if we'll get it or not. We'll have to see what happens. Let's go to the NAM. So here's the NAM. Mostly sunny day for tomorrow, I think. But Wednesday we'll have the clouds. And Thursday's iffy right now. I think your best bet of a clear day tomorrow is for tomorrow right now. Going beyond that, we have the storm for Friday. Weather depends on what happens, obviously, with that storm. If it stays offshore, then we might have sunshine in the afternoon. Saturday is probably a better bet for sunshine at this point. Let's go to the... back to the HRRR for a moment. And let's go look at our precip chances for Wednesday. Because that's our next chance for precipitation. Will be dry, but Wednesday we have some scattered showers, but it really won't amount to very much. It's very scattered light rain, and it's mostly earlier on in the day. By the later in the afternoon or the evening, it should dry out. So that's looking at that, but we're not done yet. Let's go to the windy.com site so we can show you the Europeans' view of this snowstorm, this next one that we are watching, this next chance, because after all, we didn't get our snow, and I don't know, we still haven't gotten a snowfall over an inch on Long Island. This has got to be very late in the season for it, I'm sure, but let's go ahead and look at this. The European model, obviously that system clears out. We should have sunshine tomorrow, and then some more clouds roll in probably toward the evening, some more high clouds, obviously plenty of clouds on Wednesday. For Thursday, we might try to clear it out. We'll have to see how much sunshine we get, but I think a better bet is for tomorrow. And then these clouds would be from the coastal storm system. And here is the storm system right here. And if we look at the precipitation that would fall, it would show snow right here. So this is the system right here. It is moving at a good clip, but it could still give us our first snowfall. So if we look at the new snowfall map here, next 3 days. I don't know if this counts next 3. Friday, no, that's not next 3. See, it's showing the old. It's one like it shows the old one here. So what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to subtract. All right, so it's showing the Euro gave us 1 inch with that system. Obviously, we didn't get that, but if we fast forward it, this system would give us a healthy snowfall. It's showing probably 6 to 8 inches across Long Island if the European was right. Of course, the European may be overdoing things a little bit, and we know it's not the most accurate, but it's definitely, if we look at some of these other models here, I'd have to go back to the other site. But, I mean, it's kind of all over the place here with this. So we have to really await some new model runs. That's really, unfortunately, it's outside of most of the short-range models. You're basically working with the GFS Euro and Canadian and the Icon, and that's pretty much it. RGEM, we only have out to 0Z, and that's, again, a branch of the Canadian generally. So, I mean, these are all the models, but this is the European on here, which we can look at. So if we wanted to look at it here, so all the Euro gives us is temperature. Doesn't give us... I wish they'd give us more. But yeah, we can look at this. there's your system right there. But it look at this. It only gives you like one frame for the day. So it's really hard. There's not a lot of information to work with, unfortunately. This is the 850 height and wind, but you can see it's like gives you one day. You really cannot work with that on the Tidbit site. So until we have more models available, it's really hard for us to really, say what's going to happen. But obviously, if we look at this, you see that's a healthy track for some snow, perhaps for our area. We'll have to see what happens, but this is our next chance for some snow. We didn't get it this time. Obviously, Jersey's enjoying it, but we're not. We didn't get it yet, but our next chance is Friday. So if you do want some snow, and I'd like a little snow. I don't want a big snow, but it's kind of ridiculous now. We haven't had any snow yet this winter, which is really absolutely ridiculous. Very late in the season. I can't even remember the last time this happened. But there you go. So we'll keep an eye on the potential for snow in our area. But again, it's kind of, we don't have enough models to really. I think the NAM 32 would give us enough. No, nothing really goes out far enough in the short range. All we have to work with are the longer range models. And right now their accuracy, as soon as we get into the short range models by tomorrow night, we'll have a somewhat better idea. There's also ensembles, which you can look at these too as well, but they give you limited information, unfortunately. So let's see, they don't really, they just give total accumulated precip, so they don't really show you a representation of what it's showing on the radar. Per se, but that's all we've got right now. So I know we all want to know what's going to happen, but right now we just kind of have to wait until some more information comes in. But I'll just say there is a possibility of some snow. We missed out on it this time, but maybe we'll get some on Friday. Maybe we'll have to see what happens in the next GFS runs, but we're going to have to wait and really see what happens. By tomorrow night, we'll have a better idea of what's going to happen, I think. We can also show this on the Ventu Sky model as well. It's not a model, it's a site that interprets models, but like Tropical Tidbit says, but a little differently, obviously. It's a more graphic. But we can show this and see. This is using the GFS, so this is using the GFS. You'll see for Friday, it's showing precipitation, and it's showing mostly light precipitation. It's actually just showing fog. Oh, wait a minute. That's the wrong day. I was like, that didn't look right. No, this is the storm right here. Yeah, you can see there it is. So, but it has it further south, so that's the issue. Actually, no, it's showing the icon model for Friday, so it's showing the icon model, the graphic representation of the icon model. All right, and I don't think it shows snow, unfortunately. But you could go to snow cover, and it would actually show you the snow cover. But really, the icon also keeps it offshore, so the icon and the Euro don't always agree. So, we've got a storm to watch. We got some uncertainty. But one thing's for tomorrow. Tomorrow should be, one thing is certain for tomorrow is it should be a nice day tomorrow. Let's take a look at this and see what we got. So, it should be clear until like 1 o'clock, and then I think we'll start seeing some clouds rolling more toward the afternoon. But if you get an early start, should see some sunshine. So, get out of bed early if you want a nice sunny day for tomorrow, but I would suggest you do that. Because after that, we'll be back into the clouds again. That's going to be it for this weather update. Take care, and thanks for watching.